Hey, this is Ivan Bates, um, coming to you with another video. This one's going to be a hybrid between a late night ramblings video and a comic book video. Before we start out, dipping as usual, but this is a brand I haven't got to show yet. This is my favorite dip of all time. Copenhagen Natural Extra Long Cut. It's very stout, very strong. Um, has the best buzz out of all the just regular line of Copenhagen, I think. So, good shit. Alright, so to get on with this, very rarely does a comic book cause me to actually get very deep um, in thought, very, very deep in thought, and really begin to philosophize. And very rarely, I think, do comic books actually carry very strong, legitimate philosophies of their own outside the usual paradigms of good and evil and things like that. It does happen, and you can find those books, but it's a rare occasion. But this is one of the books I've read recently that has done that for me. This is Animal Man number 26. I believe this came out, yes, August of 1990. This is the last issue of Grant Morrison's run of Animal Man, and I don't really read Animal Man. I'm not a big Animal Man fan. I can't really tell you much about the character at all, but my brother pitched this at me and he said, "Here, read this. You'll enjoy this." He explained the premise. The premise is Grant Morrison actually pulls Animal Man into reality, basically to tell them that he is a comic book character, and Grant Morrison establishes the fact that he writes Animal Man and tells them these things, very heavy philosophically, and it gets me thinking a lot about the whole God and creation kind of philosophies, and the whole does there have to be a creator kind of thing. And when you simplify life into the form of a comic book, it's easy to see that that a comic book needs a writer and has to function with one. If that makes any sense. Sorry, my dip buzz is kicking in, but uh, there has to be a writer for there to be a comic book, basically. But it's not necessarily the case that there has to be a creator for our physical universe, if it's physical, just hypothetically here. Um, we ask ourselves, why do we do the things that why do certain things happen, basically? Why do we do the things that we do? Why do certain things happen? And the way Grant Morrison kind of explains why do the people in the comic books do what they do and why do things in the comic books happen is to basically entertain us as the readers in the real world, and that all of the pain and suffering that this character goes through is basically just for our entertainment. Even though we view him as fiction, he's a creation. But Grant Morrison kind of expresses some very interesting uh, theories and I guess just some unspoken philosophies on fiction and what role it plays in our in the process of humanity. We Comic books can give us hope. He talks about how in the comic book world anything can happen to the comic book world. It can be invaded by aliens, some new supervillain can come along, and yet somehow all it takes is just one superhero in tights to fix everything, and everything will be back to normal by the beginning of the next issue. And he's got a point there. It's a hope factor. We create fiction as a projection of our own selves and how we would like things to be, or to explain a part of us through visual reference and literary reference that we necessarily couldn't do without the medium. And it raises the philosophical questions of, well, if this is what animal man's used for, if there is a creator of our existence, is it not just for his own personal amusement? And you know, what purpose do we serve other than basic amusement? Why do we go through problems and hardships? You know, it doesn't seem fair, but yet things still happen. You know, if we all collectively create this universe through our consciousness, then it's a reflection upon what we truly are as entities too, and it's a very chaotic representation. And you have to look at things, and it's like staring into a mirror. When you look at reality, depending upon how you look at things, do we make life this way? Certainly our actions do, but you know, one's actions really do not matter. It's kind of a collection of everybody's actions that weaves the world into what it is. But still, that entire collection of actions is um, chaotic in nature, and crude in nature, and violent in nature. So I don't know. This issue just, to me, um, it just causes me to take a look at myself as an entity. What am I truly? What do I truly believe in? Um, you know, questions you can't really answer, but are still good to ask yourself. And it was very, very, very excellent read. I'm actually sometime down the future road going to try to collect his run of this series. His run is like from issue 1 to 26, I do believe, and see if all of them are as good as this last cap of an issue. But yeah, just some thoughts there to think about. You know, ask yourself, you know, who am I? What do I believe in? Am I a violent, destructive creature? Um, in some ways, I believe that I am. I believe that we all are in some ways, and just look at existence, just the way things are, and how it reflects upon yourself. But anyway, that's going to be tonight's video, and hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for more, and please pass the word around, post these videos to your Facebook. Uh, Anything I can do to get more subscribers would be nice, but as long as one person watches this video and takes something away from it, it's important. But peace.